This is my dog, Bella. Hey, Bella, look at the camera. Smile for the camera. Smile for the camera. All right. PWL 1371 says, hey, it's getting cold outside. How about a nice chowder? Okay. Go on, Bella. Go on. Okay. Let's talk serious for a second about chowders. Chowders need a couple of things to be a chowder. So today's recipe, is it a chowder? Is it not a chowder? Hey, that's up to you. It's very creative. Could be a creative chowder. But here's how it works. Chowder needs to have either a cream or a tomato base. Cream like New England chowder, tomato base like Manhattan chowder. This chowder will have a tomato base. Check one. Now, chowders also need to have potatoes. This chowder doesn't really have potatoes, but I substituted a squash for the potatoes for the sake of the flavor and what kind of goes with this chowder. And I'm going to use pumpkin, or what I'm actually going to use is butternut squash, which kind of tastes like pumpkin. That flavor of pumpkin goes really well with this chowder. Chowder needs to have some kind of fish or seafood in it. So corn chowder is not really a chowder. Corn and shrimp chowder is a chowder. But okay, but we're going to stretch this a little bit and say we're going to use Worcestershire sauce. Hey, that's not seafood. That's not fish. But Worcestershire sauce has a little bit of anchovy in it, which is a fish. So we have Worcestershire sauce as a seasoning. And hey, you got your fish in there. So you got your potato. You got your fish. You got your tomato base. We got a chowder here. Very creative chowder. The flavors of this chowder comes from the island of Bahama. It's a Bahama Mama chowder. Listen, I can't do it like a regular chowder. It's got to be interesting. It's got to be something you make, you serve to someone, and they go, wow, I never tasted anything like this. Wonderful. So before I start cooking, hey, I just might take a nap. Woo! There goes my legs. Oh, yeah. We start cooking in just a minute. I catch a few Z's first. Mmm. Hey, in all seriousness, this is a wonderful chowder. Very different. And it's got all the components of regular chowder, of traditional chowder. Just very creative. I use, poetic license. I'm not really a poet, I'm a chef. So I use a chef's license and get a little creative and change a few things around. For the sake of good flavor. Yeah, flavor's everything. Okay, so first thing we gotta do is work with butternut squash. Hey, that's not the first thing. First thing you gotta do, subscribe to this channel. Don't forget to ring that bell. You know why? Because you gotta get all my videos. Every one is fantastic. Better than the last. So, good chowder today. It's getting cold outside. We need a good chowder. Hey, this chowder's so good. You can use it while you watch a football game. You can use it as an appetizer for dinner. It's so rich and hearty, you can use it as a dinner. Wonderful. Serve with some crackers. Amazing. Let's get cooking. All right, so the first thing we have to do, is concern ourselves with the butternut squash. Okay? And what I'm going to do is peel it. I use a regular peeler, but it has to be a strong peeler because this is a tough skin. Okay, so we peeled a couple layers of skin off and we got this nice deep orange flesh. And now we got to cut it. I cut off the root and the stem end. And then right where you see it's like a bulb over here. It's like rounded, right? And this is like a stem end. Right where that bulb meets that stem over there, cut it all the way through. Now you'll see, if you take that bulb part of it, cut it in half. Hey, that's where the seeds are. We gotta get rid of those seeds. Okay, I just kind of scraped them right out of there. Now I need about a pound or so of this butternut squash, so I got one small one. That's good. And then I have to cut it. Be careful, because this is it's hard, so you got to be careful. What I do is I make a slice like that, about a ½ inch. Then I turn it flat side down like that, so it won't shake too much. Then I can cut it in ½ inch slices. Then I can cut those slices ½ inch, and then can make a nice ½ inch dice. Alright, that's beautiful. I get a nice sized sheet pan. I spray it with some oil so it doesn't stick. Hey, these are a little bit harder to cut. Just do the best you can, right? Also, ½ inch slices. And then just do the best you can and cut them into about ½ inch dice. Hey, that was pretty fast. Okay, you take this in a single layer. Give another spray on top so it doesn't burn. Just a little bit of oil. Take about ¼ teaspoon salt and give it a sprinkle. A little bit of black pepper, a couple of shakes of the grinder would be fine. Just give some black pepper around. Give it a nice flavor. Okay, there you go. Okay, I'm going to put this in a preheated 375-degree oven. I'm going to check it after 20 minutes. I don't want to overcook it because I don't want it to like disintegrate into the soup. Awesome. Got some more work to do. Now we're going to need 2 medium onions for this recipe. I have here 1 really large onion, so that'll be good enough. Cut the ends off, then I cut it in half. That makes it easy to peel. Okay? Very easy to peel. Then you want about a ½ inch dice. You cut it about a ½ inch one way. Then you cut the other way. And you got a nice ½ inch dice. You're going to need 1 big red pepper. Now, to cut this nicely, I cut the ends off. I deal with them first. Just a nice, hey, same ½ inch dice as an onion. Just cut them a ½ inch one way, turn it, cut them a ½ inch the other way, and that's it. This is a little tougher because it's got a hole in the middle of it, the top. But same thing. Cut it a ½ inch, turn it, ½ inch the other way. Not bad. Make sure you take that sticker off. Now you're left with this part of the pepper, and this gets even easier. Watch this. You just cut the sides off. 1, 2, 3, 4. Get rid of this. Can't do anything with that. And then you can cut each side. Cut each side to ½ inch slices. Turn it. Cut the other way. They're beautiful. There you go. Hey, that was pretty fast, huh? Hey, I'm the best. That's why I'm a chef. I can cut things fast. That's what a chef does. Okay. Next, you're going to need 2 cloves of chopped garlic. So, I got these 2 cloves. I cut off just the stem end of it because it makes it easy to peel like that. Okay? All you do after you cut the stem end off, give it a shot. And then the peel, look at that. Comes right off. Beautiful. Then you want to chop up this garlic. Best way to do it, slice it. And then you can start chopping it. Beautiful. Look at that. Okay, now we're going to start to put this chowder together, start cooking the stuff. Man, it's going to be delicious. From the Bahamas, you imagine that? Hey, you don't have to take a trip to the Bahamas anymore. Just eat the soup. It's like you're there. Wonderful. Okay, usually a chowder would have some kind of salt pork in it. Hey, even though we're almost vegan, I won't use salt pork. I got other things to use instead, like olive oil. So I'm going to put a tablespoon of olive oil in my soup pot. Put the fire on medium. Add those, remember those peppers and onions? Yeah, let's add them to the soup pot. Woo, terrific. Hey, give them a stir once in a while, just so that they don't burn. Okay, so these onions and red peppers have been cooking for about 4 or 5 minutes. They're a little bit softened, and then we add that garlic. Remember that garlic we chopped up? Add that garlic and just cook it for another minute or so. Okay, now we're going to add some very unusual ingredients. This is where the soup gets very interesting. Why am I talking like that? I don't know. It gets very interesting. So, check this out. We're going to add 2 tablespoons of chili sauce. Chili sauce is like a spicy ketchup. 2 tablespoons of ketchup. Hey, Heinz is the only ketchup I ever use. 2 tablespoons. I told you about that Worcestershire. Hey, if you really want to, you can use vegan Worcestershire. Up to you. It won't have the fish ingredient in it, but it's going to taste like it has the fish ingredient in it. Okay, so you can do that. 1 teaspoon. Here, I need a shot of hot sauce. You know what I'm using for hot sauce? A little bit of Siracha. I love it. It gives me nice flavor. Like a half a teaspoon. I need just a 1/4 teaspoon of thyme. And 1 nice bay leaf. Let's mix this together. Ooh, that smells terrific. I got 2 teaspoons of lime juice. You can use the juice of half a lime or 2 teaspoons of lime juice. 3 cups of vegetable broth. 1 cup of chopped tomatoes with the liquid. And 1 tablespoon of tomato paste. Hey, use a tube of tomato paste. It's the best. Cento's a good brand also. There you go. Cento tomato paste. Okay, mix. Hey, you hear that alarm going off? That means I gotta check my squash. And this is gonna simmer for 20 minutes. Don't forget, you gotta have a taste, right? That's really good. Wow, is that really good? Okay, nice flavor. Hey, it needs a 1/4 teaspoon of black pepper. And I'm putting in a half a teaspoon of salt. Let's taste it again. Now that's good. I covered the pot. It's going to simmer. Let's check out the squash in the oven. Hey, look at that. Beautiful. Hey, 20 minutes for the squash was just perfect. It's tender, but it still has a little bite to it. Wonderful. You check it. If it's too tough, eat a piece. If it's too tough and not right for you, put it back in for 10 minutes. But do it like 10 minutes at a time now because you don't want to overcook it. Don't overcook your squash. You're going to have mushy squash if you do that. So, I'll see you in 20 minutes. I'm simmering the soup. Then I'm going to add the squash to it. It's going to be terrific. Yeah. Okay. So it's been 20 minutes. Soup's been simmering. I taste it after about 10 minutes. I taste it after about 20 minutes. Tastes good. It's nice. Very interesting. Very wonderful. Listen, it's a little bit of a stretch on, is it a chowder or isn't it? It really takes on all the chowder characteristics, but it's a little different, that's for sure. But it's delicious. Listen, I watch those chef competition shows all the time, and I fantasize, hey, I can be on that show, I can win some money. I'd rather do videos instead. What can I tell you? But I see on the show sometimes the chefs don't follow exactly what they're supposed to do, but they make a really good dish, and it kind of gets them through to the next round. So it's okay to break the rules as long as you make something that's really delicious. This soup breaks the rules of chowder a little bit. It bends them a little bit. But the soup is really delicious, so you got to try it, okay? Hey, let's finish it up. Ooh, that's some nice hot soup right there. And you see that bay leaf? You got to take that out. You can't eat that. You can't eat that. No good for you. Okay, nice consistency too. It's like thicker than a broth, but not like a thick, heavy, gloppy soup. Very nice. Okay, then you just want to scrape the squash into the soup. Beautiful. Look at that. There is your beautiful chowder. Hey, you know what's interesting about this soup? We think of soups as like, you know, something for cold weather. But this soup actually has the flavor of the Bahamas in it. The sweet and sour and spicy. Wonderful. A little thyme, a little bit of bay leaf. Those are traditional, and pumpkin. Those are the traditional Bahamian flavors. Wonderful. And so, Bahamas hot. At least even in wintertime. Still warm down there. The soup is not just for cold weather. Have it all, like a summer dinner with this soup and a nice, like, crusty piece of bread to eat with it. Whew, that's a terrific meal. In the winter, even better. It's going to be cold today up in New York. So, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to have a nice bowl of soup and a piece of bread for dinner. It's going to be delicious. Might have some ice cream afterwards. That's wonderful. Hey, you know what you should do? You should check out some of my other soups, too. Like my vegan chicken soup that has the flavor of Puerto Rico. That's even warmer than the Bahamas. Check it out. I'll leave the link underneath in the description. And I'll see you there.